everybody, I'm Shaquana Jones. I am a registered kinesiotherapist here at the Atlanta VA Healthcare System. Today, we're going to go over how to use a stretching strap. So if you've seen me in home-based cardiac rehab, I gave you one of these. This is traditionally what your stretching strap would look like. For those who've never seen me or on a different panel or just want to try these, you can use pretty much anything that doesn't have give, okay? So I know we give TheraBands a lot. TheraBands are those stretchy bands. We can't really use those here. I want something that has no give, meaning it's gonna pull on you as you pull on it and not give way. You can use, this is an old purse strap. You can use a purse strap. You can use a belt. All you gotta do is just create you a little bit of a loop here by just threading it through, and now you have something to put your foot in, and just like your stretching strap, and hold it on the other end. I brought a few demonstrations. This is actually my mat strap. I also use this for my skates, so you get the idea. This is my dog's leash. Same thing, has a little loop-de-loop and a long string. And lastly, this is my bathrobe. So, you have no excuses to find something to help you get your supported stretch on at home. So, I'm gonna move all of this out of the way and we're gonna get started. So, think about this as your floor, your mat at home, or even your bed. You can do these in your bed. Let's see, you do not have to have your knees perfectly bent like mine. If you wanna sit in an easy seat, you can push your feet out a little bit more or have them stretched out for this first part, because we're just gonna do a few warm-ups in our hands for a little bit, and our neck. And again, I have people that do these all the time, straight in their bed when they first wake up, to just kind of get the day going after practices, or just whenever you feel like you need to just lay down and get a good stretch going. Let's begin. So we're gonna start with 3 clearing breaths to just kind of get grounded. So in your nose, sigh. I'm gonna do 2 more of those in your nose, sigh. And 1 more in your nose, sigh. We're gonna bring a little bit of upright posture here. So as you inhale, sit up tall. As you exhale, we're gonna just work on our neck and bring your neck down, chin to chest. We're gonna hang here for a little bit, really just feeling that first good stretch down our neck and maybe lower. On your next inhale, bring your head back up. And we're gonna exhale, go right back down. Maintain your posture here. It is what's gonna help you feel the deepest stretch. We're gonna add a little bit of rotation here. So on your next inhale, begin slowly rotating your neck around its axis, very slowly, very intentionally. Feel free to close your eyes or even invite a little softness to your gaze. Your circles should be slow. They should be intentional. Take this time to just kind of wake your body up. And then alternate, going in the other direction. 3 circles. Your circles can be as deep or as shallow as your body wants them to be. Inhaling will help you slack off from a painful point, while exhaling will deepen. So maybe when you come to something painful, you inhale to work through it. And once you want a deeper stretch, you let go and exhale to really surrender into it. Now, open your eyes if you close them and stretch out our right arm. Pull your fingertips back. Good. We're stretching out our forearm here. So either you can keep your arm straight or you can drop it down. And breathe. Try to find a little bit of ease with your effort, meaning you shouldn't be cranking out the stretch. You want to breathe into it and allow your body to kind of create space as you hold. So don't go to your fullest expression. Let your body kind of find its way there. And then release, roll out your wrist. You're going to keep with this same hand. Palm grabs your opposite shoulder. Take your free hand behind your elbow, pull it across your body. Shoulder stretch. My arm just popped. And breathe. One more deep breath before we release that on our exhale. And roll out your shoulder. A little bit forward and a little bit back. We're gonna do the same thing on the other hand. Stretch it out. Fingertips, pull them back. And again, keep it straight or drop it down. And breathe. I recognize that sometimes finding ease with effort in a stretch can seem a little impossible. So just a gentle reminder, sometimes ease is a mindset. Release and roll out your wrist. Take your hand, free hand behind your elbow, pull it across, and breathe. About 3 good deep breaths to start, and then you can progressively hold that as you see fit. On your next exhale, release, roll out your shoulder, and go in both directions. Good. We're gonna go now to some hip barrels, just around. Again, whatever your legs are looking like right now, I mainly just care about you working in some rotation around your torso and in your hip area. Make sure you go in both directions. Good. And then we're gonna release that and go into some cat-cows. So cat-cows, squeeze your shoulder blades together, look up or even forward if that's better for your neck. As you exhale, we round like a Halloween cat. Chin goes back to your chest, just like it did when we started. Keep going at your own breath and your own pace. We're just going in and out. Good. These can be as deep or as shallow as you would like them to be. Feel free to hang into one for a full inhale and a full exhale. Make your body even. And then we're gonna set up for a spinal twist. Meet me back at neutral. We're gonna take our left hand beside us on our seat. Inhale our right, it's gonna go up. Exhale it across your body. Now that you're in position, inhale tall. On your exhale, use your momentum to open twist towards the left. We're gonna hold this for about 3 deep breaths. Breathe. Try to maintain good posture. Inhale tall. Exhale, unwind. Let's just kind of shimmy side to side. Just kind of break up the monotony before we go to the other side. So, right hand down, left hand up. So we inhale, elongate our spine before we start to twist. Exhale, we're in position. Inhale, tall, elongate. Exhale, open, twist. Right. And breathe. Last one on your next exhale, we're going to release. Good. Now, let's grab our strap. So, we're going to lay flat on our mat, our bed, our floor, whatever you're on. And I'm going to start on one leg. So, my ponytail is puffy. We are going to keep both of our legs straight. We're going to first go into our hamstring stretch. So you're going to lift your leg straight up in the air. Now, people love to try to pull their leg up higher just because I feel like we want to get the biggest expression, but we can get more out of this pose by just tweaking our form a little bit. So bring your leg down. If you find your knees are coming up, try to bring it down enough that both knees are a little bit straighter. They don't have to be locked out, but just straighter for the most part so we're not compromising the hamstring stretch. So make your legs as straight as possible. Flex your toes, bring them down to your face. That activates your calf, which is going to deepen and stretch more than you trying to pull your leg off your body. So find your point, somewhere you can hold the stretch and breathe into it. You should be able to go for full inhales and exhales. And we hold it for at least 5 to 8 seconds to start. Maybe 5 Mississippis, 8 Mississippis. And then we'll release slowly. Now, my shoulders are pretty relaxed. I'm pulling to my chest, not all the way overhead. So we don't want to switch the tension. We want to feel it where we want to feel it. Hamstrings, calves. And we bring our leg down, kind of reset a little bit. And we're going to go for our inner thigh stretch next. So we'll pull it out, and we're just going to pull it away from our body. Now, as our leg goes out, our toes kind of more or less want to turn to the face. Now that is going to activate this stretch in our inner thigh for the most part, going into almost the groin. And again, we just breathe and let our bodies relax. We don't want to transfer tension or create tension, because then we might as well be doing some strengthening, right? We want to get to a position where we can hold and allow our bodies to create some space. This one is a 2-part stretch. Right now our toes are turned out like towards the face. If you keep the same pull on this strap and just turn your hip in, so rotating your hip in, you'll feel this stretch go towards the outside of the low back and in the hip area, and you'll get a completely different stretch with only just the smallest little change in movement. And breathe. On your next exhale, we're going to slowly just bring that leg in, kind of let's let our body kind of reset a little bit. And then we're going to pick it up and cross it over. So far we've done the hamstrings, the back of the leg. We've done the inner part of our leg. Now we're going to do the outside. So we're going to pick it up a little bit and just cross it over our body, okay? And literally just pulling that leg over. Now, you should feel this stretch going down your IT or the outside of your body. That leg can rest here, can rest here, can rest a little bit higher and over. Just it kind of depends on where your body wants it to. But wherever it ends up landing, you want to feel a good pull on the outside of your leg. And breathe. Good. We're going to release that stretch all the way back to center, and we're going to go for the top of our thigh. I'm going to switch this on my other leg just for picture's sake. So we're going to turn on our side. You can bend that bottom knee a little bit. Keep that top one straight. We're going to position this strap over our shoulder, okay? Now, ideally when we do this, we want to crank into our knee. I want you to make sure you let the hip go back, because cranking into the knee is definitely going to get into the quads, but it's also going to hurt our knee a little bit, especially if we have knee pain. You want to release your hip back and let your quads and your hip flexors get a little bit of a stretch. And they don't have to crank back. Just pull it back enough that you kind of feel it in the top of the thigh, and breathe. Theoretically, you might have a pillow, but breathe. Good. So we're coming out of your stretches the same way you get into them, with some patience, nice and easy. Now, we're going to relieve this strap for a little bit and go for a piriformis stretch. So we're going to bend this knee because we were working with this one. Pick your ankle up over your knee. Now first, we're going to push this hip down to get into this kind of hip flexor area again. And breathe. And by all means, if just putting the foot up there is enough, And you don't even need to push it out. Just allow your body the time it needs to create the space. Now, this next one requires a little bit of a lift, so we're gonna pick up our bottom leg. Either you're gonna thread your arms through here, or you can just keep it like this if that's something that is accessible for you, or you can even use your strap. If your leg is too heavy and you're coming out of form, like going here or just straining where you're not supposed to, then 86 this one, meaning don't do it. Very good. All right, so you should feel this stretch almost in your butt area. And you're gonna breathe through it. We're only here for a little bit, not a long time at all. Good. And then we're gonna drop that foot down, relieve that other foot, and just kind of windshield wiper our legs side to side. Just kind of resetting in the back a little bit. Good. And now we're gonna stretch out one leg and we're gonna pull this leg into us. So as this leg is coming in, we're gonna flex our toes on that bottom leg and push it out. You'll almost feel like two opposing forces are at work here. So you're pushing and pulling, getting a good stretch and low back reset. Good. And then go ahead and release that. And we're gonna sit up just like this before we do our very last one. So if you're in your bed or if you're on your floor in your living room, you may wanna get against the wall, but you're gonna put this strap over both of your feet, kind of wind it up if you need that extra length. You're gonna have a straight back, shoulder blades together. You're gonna come heart forward. You should feel hammies going. You should feel this in your mid back. Breathe. The goal is heart opening, open your chest, squeezing your shoulder blades back together, pulling into yourself. And breathe. Good. You're gonna release that. Let go of your strap completely. And you can kind of just shake all of that out. And yeah, and get your day started. So that's the end of our floor sequence. We only went on one side. So of course you would make your body even and go to the other side as well. Things feel different side to side. Just a note, we basically have two sides that are zipped together to make a whole. So take care of yourself on each side. And yeah, have a wonderful day. See you soon. Peace.